Quick question. Is Avatar back now? Is it cool? Is it that big hype franchise again? I don't know. Let's find out. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries, and welcome to The Sanctuary. As many of you know, I love my movies, and there are some movies that I just don't like. I figured I had to be fair and talk about the new Avatar movie, Avatar: The Way of the Water. I haven't seen it. And there's good reason. Let's go back to 2009 when Avatar 1 came out. I have to admit, I was in the minority when this film came out. I was not a fan, left the theater thinking, it was all right. Then I was talking to my tattoo artist. He kind of helped me understand the perspective of the film. It's not really a big story film. It's an experience. It's an immersive experience throughout the entire film. You're not watching the film. You're in the film. You're experiencing what's happening all around you. Which, I mean, yeah, makes sense. But I still think Avatar was an okay movie. Has the hype for it died down? Or is it still there, just dormant? Think about it this way. Avatar 1 came out 13 years ago. In all honesty, I kind of forgot about this franchise. After all this time, I kind of felt like it was just a one and done. Even though I'm well aware that they were working on 2, 3, 4, and even 5. Something about it screams Amazing Spider-Man franchise. Like the fact that you're setting it up this far ahead kind of leaves a lot of room for failure. The reason I said the Amazing Spider-Man franchise is because they had a lot of stuff that was planned in this franchise. After the Amazing Spider-Man 2, there was supposed to be the Amazing Spider-Man 3, a Venom movie, Kraven the Hunter, the Sinister Six, Silk, so many different villains were gonna have their own like standalone films. Then the Amazing Spider-Man franchise entirely got canceled, which means all of those films and all of those spin-off ideas got thrown away. That's kind of my concern with these films. I mean, I'm not really part of the big hype train, but I think it's still worth to make note of as a genuine concern for the franchise. What's bugging me about this film is the promotion. I've seen it on YouTube and TikTok. They're not even really promoting this film. They're promoting the future films. And apparently the next Avatar movie is like 9 hours long, and James Cameron wants to have it fully VFX'd before trying to cut it. Wow, that's doing me a worry. 9 hours? What are you even gonna do that day? Say screw you to your 9 to 5? Gotta go to the movies at 6, 7 in the morning to watch Avatar 3, and I'll get out by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Where does that make sense? Even James Cameron is like, there's something in the third film. Oh, maybe it's the fourth film. Yeah, audiences should wait for the fourth film. That's when it really picks up. James, Jim, what the hell does that mean? We're on number 2 right now, and you're talking about the third and fourth one? People still have to see this one. Hearing that leaves me genuinely concerned for this film. If you're placing better content or better story in the sequels. Not to bring anime into this, but Avatar: The Way of the Water almost sounds like it's a filler episode to an anime. Like the big stuff happens in Avatar 3 and 4. Avatar 2, you can kind of skip. You can watch the first one. That one's canon. But this one, that shouldn't be a thing. Like you want your audience to watch the current product to get excited for the future products. Right? So why is everybody promoting 3 and 4 when we still have 2 right in front of us? Thinking about it really hurts my brain. It's still honestly mind-baffling the big cult following that Avatar got. The film is an experience. We can't deny that. It's the highest grossing film of all time, even though Endgame was like there and then they decided to re-release Avatar for it to get more money. I don't like that. I think one of the biggest takeaways I get surrounding this film is that someone said it needs to make $2 billion to break even. Not just to prove that it's a success or that it's a flop, to break even. I don't know if you know this, but some people still aren't going to the movies. Now with streaming services like Peacock and HBO Max, most people just wait for them to go on streaming services. I know for Halloween Ends, I didn't see it in theaters. I could have waited to see Black Adam on HBO Max. But you're telling me that James Cameron is so confident that $2 billion will just come easy. No, it's not 2009 anymore. Obviously, a lot of fans have left this franchise. How many people are going to come back? to make all that money. And another thing that gets me, James Cameron is so confident about this film. He said, if you go to the bathroom when you're in the theater, you're gonna want to come back. I'm sorry, but what the hell does that actually mean? Here's how I see that point. If I'm enjoying a film, and I mean like I'm immersed in the experience, the story is great, the pacing is there, the shots are incredible, I'm not gonna want to go to the bathroom. I'm going to want to stay in my chair and hold my bladder for as long as I can to watch this film. I think if you go to the bathroom while you're watching a movie in theaters, you don't really care for the film. I mean, sure, there's times when you gotta go. But to be so arrogant to say, if you go to the bathroom, you're gonna wanna come back. I paid like almost $20 for these tickets. Where else am I gonna go? Part of me feels like seeing this movie just to see if I go to the bathroom or not. From the reviews I'm starting to hear, it's not looking good. But in reality, I'm not seeing this movie. Unless you, proud members of the sanctuary, request that I do so and review it. If not, my paws are staying away from it. I'm not a big fan of Avatar, and I don't think I ever will be. That's enough of my rant. At the time that this video comes out, it's the day before Christmas Eve, so I wanted to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. From this, Loverboy. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.